Hello, friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s, working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, October the 17th of 2025, and we are going to be doing a financial health check-in. We are going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $1,086.18. And I'm going to be using the app that you see surrounding me, an app called YNAB, in order to do this. I wasn't here last week, so if you are returning, sorry I missed you. I was on my way to Boston. I did not have time to film my video before I left for the airport, and I just didn't have time to do it. But I did have to budget, so I just went ahead and did it like on my own quickly. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so excited you're here. Y'all, this is the time of year where all of the money that I've saved all year, like, goes. I spend it because I've been saving it to spend. That's why I'm saving it. But like, my Costco membership was due. I can't think of anything. I'll have a bunch of, oh, my, like, this software membership was due. I went to Boston. I was saving for that, and I did that. Uh, Something else really big just like came out, and it's like, oh, my cruise. I just paid my cruise off. Like, all of those things that I'm saving for, I just spent. And so I've been watching my bank account drop and I don't like it, but like, I'm covered. I'm totally doing absolutely fine. I have plenty of money. I have this over here because it takes a lot of room, but like, I'm not hurting. Oh, you can't see it anyway. I'm okay. Just know I'm okay. I just don't like to see the numbers drop. And Libby, y'all, I know I didn't respond to comments. I've had just the craziest couple of weeks. I will get to them, I promise. Possibly today. If not, I'll do it this weekend. But Libby, about doing a net worth. Yes, I absolutely want to do a net worth. I have to have time to sit down and figure out my net worth. And ideally, I would rather do it on a time that's not right now, where I just spent all of the money that I was saving. I look really poor right now. But it's okay because like, I had the money, I saved the money, and then I spent the money. That's what I did. I did not go into debt to do any of the things that I have done, but I spent all of the money that I was saving. Also, if you are returning, you will notice that I am not in my usual place. I usually record my videos back over here at my desk, but I had a colonoscopy this morning and I just felt like being cozy. So here I am in my cozy clothes, sitting on my couch, but I also didn't want to go 2 weeks in a row without putting out a video, so I wanted to record it. So here we are, we're going to budget. Let me give y'all some updates. If you are new, hi, I talk a lot. Um, you can skip to the budget. I won't be offended, I promise. I know that's really why you're here. But I have some updates for y'all. Firstly, I went to Boston last weekend. It was fantastic. A nor'easter blew in, and so I didn't get a whole lot of time to get outside and like enjoy the fall weather and see the foliage. I tried to get some footage of the foliage as I like passengered past it, but otherwise I couldn't really get out there to see it. But it was, the reason I went was for a church retreat, and it was fantastic. It was right on Cape Cod, like on the water. It was absolutely amazing. And then afterwards, we were supposed to do something on Monday. Uh, there was like a thing for the group at a farm with hay rides, or I was actually wanting to go into Boston, but with the weather, none of that happened. Just went back to my cousin's house and hung out. Their daughter just had a baby, so I got to hang out with the baby. I got to see my other cousin that I haven't seen in years. I think I saw her in 2020 when I went up there last, but it was like this. It was just like, hey, Deb, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever. How's life? Okay, cool. Bye. I'll see you later. It was like the same thing. So it was cool to see her, but I didn't really get to spend much time with her. But I got to spend a lot of time with a lot of people, and it was fantastic. Um, and then I went back into Boston to stay the night, but I just to the hotel by the airport because my plane left super early. And because of the nor'easter, there were like a lot of delays and everything, and I just wanted to be at the hotel. I didn't want to make somebody get up at the crack of dawn and drive me to the airport. They all had to work that day. Drive me to the airport a couple of hours ahead of the next person who had a flight that day. My cousin's daughter also lives here in Texas, and they were flying home. She, her husband, and their 5-week-old baby were flying home, but their flight was 2 hours after mine. And so my uncle was going to drive them and said he would drive me as well. But I was like, I don't want to make them go away to the airport for 2 hours with the 5-week-old. Like, that's just miserable for everybody. I'll go get a hotel. Some more friends were staying at a hotel, so I just got a room there. It was only $100 for the night. So I did overspend a little bit. I've covered it. Um, but anyway, it was just amazing and I needed it and I'm so, so glad I did it. The planes were planes, they were fine. Not actually on my way to the colonoscopy this morning. I was telling Nathan, I was like, the last time I drove this way, I was on my way to the airport. I think I'd rather have a colonoscopy. I just don't enjoy airports and planes. Like, I'm not scared of travel. I'm fine with it. And I just hate there's just so many people. But I did wear a mask the whole time, and so I haven't gotten sick, so I'm very thankful for that. I on the plane. I wore a mask on the plane. I didn't wear a mask the whole time I was traveling. But just to like because the last time I flew, I came home with COVID. And I was like, no unwanted passengers, please. I have a procedure on Friday. I need to stay clean. So thankfully I did not get sick and I had a really good trip. My flights were all fine. I had a layover in Philly. I thought about you, Liz, but I didn't have time to do anything. My layover was 20 minutes. It did get delayed because they were doing maintenance on my plane, so I kept thinking I could go to the restroom right now. Like I have to pee so bad, and I just stood there because I was like, surely they're gonna let us on the plane any minute. Eventually, they did finally let us on. I just hate using airplane bathrooms. They're so teeny tiny, and when you're a big girl like me, they're not fun. Like it's fine. I obviously used it, but it was fine. Also, fun fact, unfun fact, I have celiac, hence the colonoscopy, and I flew American Airlines on the way back, and they only offer Biscoff cookies, which, to be fair, are absolutely delicious and were one of my favorite cookies. But I can't eat them as celiac, and there were no alternative options. Like, no peanuts, no nothing. So on my way up, I flew JetBlue and they had plantain chips, which I was able to eat, and I did. And I also I purchased a snack box on the way up, like some cheese and figs and dates and no figs and apricots. And it came with crackers in a separate package, but they were separate, so I didn't have to worry about them. I gave them to the kid that was sitting next to me with his father's permission. I didn't just give some, and like my kid, he was like 14 or 15. He wasn't like a 3-year-old toddler, and I just gave him food. Um, anyway, that was my trip. It was so great. I did vlog as much as I could, so be sure you check out Sunday's vlog. Sunday's vlog is going to be a 2-weeker because I obviously was not here to put out a vlog last week. If you're new, I do health vlogs. They are for physical and mental health, and I put them out typically every Sunday, unless something like a trip to Boston interferes and I have to wait, and so I'm going to do a 2-week vlog this week. Okay, as I've mentioned, I had a colonoscopy this morning. I am 45 years old and I have celiac disease. So I had that. So the last couple of days have been not my favorite, but it's all over now. I have coffee again. It's fantastic. Nathan dropped me off and then came and picked me up, and I put a sticky note on the door. It's still there. I can still see it. I was like, bring my water. So he brought my water for me because you can't have anything by mouth after I had to be there at 11:30. I couldn't have anything after 8:30 at all. So I couldn't have water, I could nothing. Um couldn't chew gum, couldn't have a mint, nothing to like so I was really, really thirsty. So I was just wanting my water. This is my second one of these. Actually, this is my third one of these since I've been home. I had one in the car, I had one when I got home, and this is my third. And I also have coffee because I always have a beverage. Y'all know me. I actually thought about trying to film this morning. It wasn't going to work out for me anyway, but then the thought about talking to y'all without a beverage, I was like, I can't do that. I can't. Um, and also, So that, I mean, I'm not going to go over anything about that here. I'll talk about that in my health vlog. But I have been reading You Don't Need a Budget. I did get the physical copy in. If you've been here, I started to listen to the audiobook. I purchased the audiobook. Y'all, I have feelings. I have recorded some of those feelings. I got to chapter 3 and I was like, I'm gonna have to start recording this because I'm gonna forget it all. And I was taking notes, but I was like, I need the book because I had to keep rewinding it and writing down my thoughts. I I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts. I will finish this book now that I have the physical copy and I can go make my highlights. I did end up purchasing it from a used book site. Um, anyway, I have it. I couldn't find it at the library. That was my original plan. I went to 2 different libraries. I called a third library. I could not find it. I just decided to buy a used copy. It was like $5 or $6. So I have it. So I'm going to try to listen to that some this weekend. I have plans with some friends on Sunday for Diwali. So I'm very excited about that. I've never celebrated Diwali before. Um, Pretty sure I'm not going to be able to eat any of the food, but I'm going to go and hang out and have a good time with my friends, and learn about their country, their customs, and their traditions. And I'm very, very excited to do that. Um, that's Sunday evening. But tomorrow I have no plans, so I'm going to try to go back to the library. I have a book I have to return. Um, I tried really hard to read it on the plane, and I was like, I just don't care about this book at all, and ended up listening to an audiobook instead. Um, it's not bad. It's just not good. I didn't finish it, but I can tell you exactly how it's going to end. Like, I'm just not interested at all in these characters. So I'm like, this is a waste of my time. Um, so I won't say the name of the book or anything because I don't want to bash the writer. She's written a book, which is more than I've ever done. It just didn't appeal to me personally. So I'm just going to return it to the library tomorrow. I kind of want to go down to the Cedar Park Library, which is that big one, and check it out. It's so cool and big and fun. But I don't actually have a need to go down there. I didn't get this book from there. I got this book from my local library. And I think that's it for updates. The vlog will be out on Sunday, so if I've missed something, I'll talk about it there or as we go through here. I don't have a ton to budget today. I do have some bills and then my usual and my car payment. I do not have to make a car payment this month. I've already spent that money in Boston. So I budgeted it last weekend in my Boston trip and I spent it. So there's Nathan. Uh, So let's get to budgeting. Let me shrink myself and we will budget and we'll get done. All right. So you see I have two, go ahead, just go for it. You see I have 2 overspent categories. This is just because I have bills that come out on the 17th and today is the 17th and I haven't budgeted yet and it's almost 4 o'clock. It's 3:37 right now. So what I have to budget is $1,086.18. This is rollover from last week because I got a paycheck last week. I don't have a paycheck this week. And I get a bi-weekly paycheck, but I budget weekly to keep myself on track. I give myself $50 every week for dining out. I give myself $100 for groceries. I already bought some groceries because I had to go buy the stuff for today, like the prep stuff that I had to do yesterday. I just picked up the groceries that I needed while I was at HEB grabbing that stuff. So I did end up using my grocery budget from last week, even though I didn't think I would because I wasn't going to be here, but then I ended up doing it. Ecclesial expenses. This is my church donation. $60 for in the bag, $20 for a meal if we go out afterwards. I did not actually pull the cash out for not like last week I didn't budget anything for it, but the week before I didn't pull the cash out. So that's still here. I still do need to pull that out and put it in the bag. So I'm just going to add another $80 for this week. I didn't go out for dinner for lunch that day, so I rolled the $20 back into my budget. Coffee, I give myself $25 every week for coffee, and I give myself $25 every week for fun money. Why can't I type? That's it. Those are all of my weekly expenses. That's how you speak, Peckett. And now I'm going to go down to my bills. The rest of these I feel, I forgot to use my weekly view, y'all. This is where I should have done that. Anyway, I didn't. Too late now. I set this up myself. You can customize these views and they are amazing. So let's go back to all and do the bills and then we'll be done. That's it. So the way I do my budgets, again, I am paid bi-weekly, but I budget weekly. So all of my budgets go from a Friday to a Thursday. I pay off my cards on Thursday night. I actually did it on Wednesday night this week because I knew I would be busy last night. So there's actually a couple of things that have cleared since I paid them, but I can't, like, I tried to pay PayPal, my PayPal card. I have a PayPal, like, MasterCard, I think it is. And I tried to pay the money that's on there and it wouldn't let me because it's like, you already have a payment scheduled. And I was like, the payment was 2 days ago. Let me pay the what balance has cleared since then, but it wouldn't let me. So, but for the most part, that's how I do my credit cards, except unless it has a zero interest. Um, let me see what else I was going to say. Oh, so I have to pay all my bills that are due from the 17th through the 23rd because the 23rd is next Thursday. So I won't budget anything in between now and then. And then on the 24th, I'll get another paycheck and we'll budget again. Um, that's how I do my budgets. The wonderful thing about YNAB is it's completely customizable. You could budget every day, you could budget every week, you could budget every other week, you can budget once a month, you can budget once a year, however it works for you. This app makes everything so simple, makes credit cards like debit cards so you don't get back into debt if you're using it. Not that you can't, you can, it will allow you to, but if you're actively working on it, it gives you tools to prevent it. Yeah, I love this app. And if you think it looks like something you would be interested in, there is a link in my description box below that will get you 34 days to try it out completely risk-free. You don't enter any credit card information in. You just try it out for 34 days. There is a bit of a learning curve, and they recognize that. That's why they give you the trial. If you like it at the end of that 34 days and you've used my link, you get an additional 30 days for free. So that's 64 days of free YNAB, y'all. And then as a thank you, they send me 30 days for free. So it works out for both of us because we both have awesome budgets and we're using YNAB. And if you're new to YNAB, not necessarily to budgeting, but to YNAB, I'm sure you found me by just looking at everybody else's YNABs because that's how I found so many of the people that I follow. And I will link some of those channels below in case you are looking for more people to follow. There's Kaylee and Shay at Just Finance. There's Avery at Avery's Money Moves. There's Michael at Michael, I forgot your channel name, but I'll link it. Michael was on hiatus for a bit, but he's back, and so we're very excited to have him back. Anyway, that's my YNAB spiel. I'm going to move on. Let's get my bills covered. So YouTube Premium, I have a YouTube Premium family channel, family plan. I pay for this channel. I pay for my personal channel. Nathan, that you just saw crash my budget. He lives, this is his house. I actually rent a room from him. And he also has I gave him access to my family membership because we share a household. We have for many, many years. So this is $24.89 every month. My Kia Soul is now due on the 15th. I can move that up. This is how easy it is to move things around, y'all. Done. I moved that. It used to be due on the 17th. I don't have a payment due this month. It's going to be due on the 15th of next month. So that's how that works. My Planet Fitness, this is my gym membership. Y'all, I haven't been to the gym in like 2 weeks. Whoa, that was a lot of dollars. I want to do $27.11, not whatever I just did. $27.11. I need to get back to the gym. Yesterday would have been my gym day. I wasn't even thinking about it being Thursday. I was so focused on like the prep. Like, I couldn't eat anything yesterday at all. Like, I could only have liquids. Yesterday was awful, but I made it through and I'm done. Music licensing. This is for this app that I use. It's called Wondershare for film editing, and then I pay for the music licensing as well, so I can add music to my vlogs or anything, but mostly vlogs. Mattress Firm is my Mattress Firm card. I have three mattresses financed, mine, my nephew's, and my mom's. I bought my nephew's and my mom's just this past summer. I bought them each a mattress, so mine is close to being paid off, but I still have theirs. Favor is a delivery app that is owned by HEB, which is my local grocery store here in Austin, in Texas, and they have, it's like a It's like an Uber Eats, it's like a DoorDash, except for you can also get stuff from HEB without delivery fees. And they give me a $10 coupon every month, like to use off my groceries. So it basically, they pay me back for my membership fee. So I think it's very worth it. My internet went up. I don't know why. Like I checked it and this is like they've increased the price of my internet. So it's like just in time for me to get a $10 off instead of $5 off. I'm now paying exactly what I was paying before. $86.43 is going to come out. Cinemark is a movie theater that I don't have to pay this week. I pay next time you come back. I'm not even going to talk about that. We'll talk about that next Friday. Make sure you're subscribed so you can hear all about my Cinemark movie subscription. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. Also, I've had anesthesia recently, so if I'm like a little bit more subdued than normal, that's probably it. They told me I'm absolutely not allowed to drive today. It's like a Texas law, apparently. I feel like I feel fine, but I don't want to break any laws, so I'm here. I was going to go to the library after, like, Nathan picked me up and went back to work. I was going to go to the library today, and I was like, well, guess I'm not doing that because I don't want to break laws. So here I still am. That's it. That's it, yo. So I'm going to roll over $449.59. As previously mentioned, I am an every week budgeter. I'm sorry, I'm an every week budgeter, but I'm only paid every other week. So I have to roll money from week to week so that on weeks like this one, where I don't have a paycheck, I have money to budget. So the way I do that is I created a next week category for myself and I just assign money to that category. That money has a job. This money's job is to be next week's budget, plus my paycheck. I'll have a paycheck in there as well. That's everything I've got, y'all. I hope y'all had a fantastic week. I did miss you, but I did not have time to film a video last week, and I'm sorry this one's so late, but I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend planned. Do you have anything super fun coming up? I am going to be responding to comments. I am going to be doing laundry, and I'm going to be going to the library, hopefully, and going to a Diwali event. Have you ever been to Diwali dinner? Do you celebrate Diwali? What is it about? Let me know. All right, y'all. I love you. Thank you so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.